Welcome to Chopstick Travel. I'm Luke Martin, and today I have another compilation style video for you, this time from the beautiful country of Nepal. This is the top 21 street foods to try in Nepal. Please enjoy the episode. So we just spotted this woman who's making pakora, which is basically breaded and fried vegetables. She's got potatoes, chilies, and bitter gourd, and it's a chickpea batter with some turmeric, some spices. She's frying it in the oil, fresh and hot, and it's super popular with the locals. So we're gonna order up a mix platter and try some of the pakora out. Okay, we have our mixed platter here served on just a piece of newspaper on top of this oil drum. We've got all the different flavors, but I'm really interested in trying the chili. And this is a chutney back here. It looks like a spicy chutney, so go for a little dip. Try that. Oh wow. Whew. That's gonna be spicy. That's a slow burn. Full of flavor though. Really crunchy on the outside, and it's got a really concentrated chili flavor. Oh man. Yeah, that's super spicy. I think it's the chili, but also the chutney with it is spicy too. Woo-wee. That's hot. Alright, let's just try one of these potatoes. I'll go for a crispy one. Oh, that one's really hot. But that chutney is awesome. It's got a tangy kick to it. There's a lot of flavor in that chickpea batter. This one's really interesting. It's a bitter gourd, and you gotta have this with the chutney. The chutney is really full of flavor, but damn, I shouldn't have had that green chili first. That's really spicy. Everyone's laughing at me. That's got a really unique flavor. It's not bitter actually.
Oh, Sel लिएर जानु पर्छ एकछिन जोड्नु भएछ नि भिडियो मात्रै गरे हो
Just served on a piece of newspaper here, and this is the Sel Roti. It's nice and puffy on the outside, and I'm not sure it's going to be sweet or savory, so let's try it out. It's kind of neither. Maybe slightly sweet. It really doesn't have a whole lot of flavor, but the texture is nice and soft on the inside. Just a little push cart frying up the fresh Sel Roti, and it's popular with the locals. Simple breakfast food, a little bit oily, not bad. Nepali donut. It almost looks like a bagel or like a pretzel or something too. Not bad. To say that it's tight quarters is an understatement. It's a really tiny little restaurant and totally hidden, real local gem. And they've got all kinds of different things. The Bara is definitely one of the most famous, but we're gonna try a couple different famous NEWARI dishes, which are like the indigenous people of the Kathmandu Valley. I'm really excited to be here and try this. Such a cool spot. This is my kind of place. So I've got my seat now. I'm right beside the grill, and yeah, it looks like she's been grilling on this for a century at least. It is seriously rustic, and I've got all the food here. So this is the famous Bara. This one is the mix Bara, which is with the buffalo meat and the egg. I'm gonna go right in with my fingers here. Oh, it's still hot. Fried egg on top. She's fried it well done, and I got a little bit of meat in there as well. And it's like a lentil patty, as I mentioned. The texture is really soft. It's kind of airy and fluffy actually. And then there's a lot of flavor coming from that buffalo meat. Let me go in one more time. Oh, it's really tight quarters in here. The other customers are sitting on the other side, so he's got a hand over the food over top of us. But let me try to rip into the middle here. Yeah, there we go. Get some buffalo meat. Thank you. Okay, that's really good. A little bit oily, and all the flavor is coming from that lentil patty and the buffalo mixture. Yeah. It's so light and airy, but greasy at the same time. And believe me, I'm getting lots of the smell and the full experience here. So Kanchi has prepared an actual feast for the village. We've got the mutton curry, we've got a big pot of rice here. This is actually the intestines and all the innards. And then back here, this is the achar.
Achar.
Okay, achar. Thank you so much. So let's dig in. I'm so ready to try this. It looks amazing. Oh man, that looks amazing. Goat curry. Doesn't get much fresher than this. Look how beautiful that is. Served right on the leaf plate. All right, let's dig in. Go right in with the fingers. Oh, it's really hot. Grab a little bit of goat, some rice. Oh, very hot. Oh wow. Very soft. Nice, yeah. Very soft. Man, that is delicious. Oh, it's so hot though in the fingers. You can taste all those spices, but it's not super spicy, and it's got a nice oiliness to it too. It really melts in your mouth. Let's try some of the achar as well, the pickles. Yeah. They've got a fresh crunch, a little sour, and you can taste that fenugreek oil that you put in it as well. Oh, but it's all about the mutton. There's pieces of skin, there's pieces of meat. I keep calling it mutton, but it's actually goat. So now that the filling for the Yomari is complete, she just started forming the outside dough, like the wrapper. And it's a really unique shape. I don't really know how to describe it, but basically she kind of makes a point at the end and then hollows it out with her finger so that there's an area to stuff full of the molasses. And then once she finishes stuffing it, she closes it off and then kind of makes this little fish tail. So it sort of looks like a carrot or something, I guess you could say, at the end. And I just asked them why they make it in this shape, and they have no idea, but they said you have to make Yomari in this shape, so they're always this shape. But that looks really unique, and then it's just going to be steamed like that. But she's going to make the other filling now, and apparently it's a different design for that filling. Now that all the Yomari are stuffed and finished being made, now they just go into the steamer on top of that wood fire. So luckily for us, as soon as we finished eating the Chatamari, the Yomari, the dessert finished cooking. So here is the final product. You can see this one with the flat end. That's the one with the milk solid and all that different ingredients. And then this one with the kind of fishtail is the one with molasses and sesame. And then I guess this one is the mixed one, but I think I'm gonna try the molasses version. You can see there was a little bit of a spillage and it looks like it's gonna be piping hot. So I'm gonna take a small bite not to burn myself here.
Whoa, look at that. That is just oozing with the sesame molasses. It's really, really sweet and slightly bitter, but it's got a nice nutty sesame flavor. The outside's almost like mochi. It kind of reminds me of mochi, actually. And that filling is intense. It's really strong. It's pretty good. It's a hearty dessert, pretty big dessert. Let's go for another bite. Yeah, that filling is rich, to say the least.
And here in Nepal, they call it Chiya. So like some countries call it chai, but here they call it Chiya. So it's just tea, masala tea with a lot of milk in it. So it's gonna go perfect with that Sel Roti.
These people, they just go to someone's shop.
Thank you. So she just made up a fresh batch, put lots of sugar in there as well, and there's just like a little bit of masala, not a whole lot of spices, pretty much just a plain tea with sugar and milk. Let's try it, sitting on the streets here in Kathmandu. Oh, it's so creamy and sweet, and the temperature here this morning maybe around 10 degrees, so it's a little bit chilly, so this is perfect. Stopped at this next stop and he's cooking up some fresh puri, so it's just a fried bread, tosses it in there and then it just balloons up in the hot oil, and I'm not sure what we're gonna eat it with, but this is like a really classic bread here in Nepal. Fresh puri, okay?
What is this?
It's a microphone. So the curry is a chana curry, so chickpea, there's some onions in there, lots of chickpeas, I can smell it, smells amazing. And then this is the freshly fried puri, so it's completely ballooned up. Whew, that's really hot still. But this is the perfect bread for eating this kind of curry. Go for a little dip. The puri, a little bit greasy, a little bit oily, but the curry has a nice spice to it, nice onion flavor. And the best part about this bread is the way that it's ballooned up. You can create like a perfect little thing to scoop up the curry like that, and it holds on to it really well. Oh man, that is really good. Our next stop is for something called Gawaramari. This is the stall right here. She's set up right in her front door, frying it fresh. So it's similar to the Sel Roti. That was a fermented rice batter. This is a wheat batter, and she takes a handful of it and then just plops it into the hot oil. And you can see it's also like a donut. So if that was like a donut from Tim Hortons, this is like the Timbit from Tim Hortons, because they're just little balls. So a little bit of sugar in there, a little bit of salt, but it's different than the Sel Roti because it's not a rice batter. Oh, smoking hot. This one's a lot more savory than the Sel Roti. I can taste the salt in it for sure. Another simple food, but also popular for breakfast here in Nepal. Very popular with the locals. They're lined up right outside her front door and selling it really fast. She just finished off the last of it, I think. Yeah. It's really fluffy and airy. Delicious. So here in Nepal they call it Jerri, but in India it's known as jalebi. It's basically a really rich sweet, and the way that he makes it is pretty interesting. He uses kind of a cloth that's filled with batter, and then he just squeezes it through the cloth and makes it into this kind of spiral shape, and then fries it up, and then once it's done they soak it in sugar and it becomes super sweet. It's really good. Thank you. So it's not just sugar syrup that they're soaked in at the end, it's like a mixture of saffron and sugar syrup, so it's got this beautiful red color, and then this is the final product, fresh out of the fryer, the famous Jerri here at this place called Tip Top Sweets. Wow, that's so good. That definitely cools down the spiciness from the pakora. It is so crunchy on the outside, and when you bite into it, it just explodes with that sugar syrup. It feels like it's stuffed full of liquid. It almost feels like it's got a filling, but it doesn't. It's just soaked in it, but the way that it's fried kind of makes it feel like when you bite into it, it's stuffed and it pops in your mouth. It's so delicate. And it's not as sweet as the ones I've tried in India. It's a lighter sweetness, so I feel like I could eat a lot more of these. One is certainly not enough. These are super addictive. I can't believe how busy it is. As soon as they finish frying them, they pretty much sell out. Everybody's waiting there with their receipt to get their Jerri. So going in for round 2 here. Hot and fresh. So good. These ones are really light, so I feel like I could eat like a ton of them. I mean, I can eat a ton of them. Just a hint of saffron, floral flavor. I love how they just burst in your mouth with sweetness. The Lakamari here, it's like a sweet that's covered in icing, and you can see it's got this really cool design, but they also make them in different shapes too. They had one that's shaped like a fish, so it's for like a celebration. You can see it's like almost like the Jerri, but a little bit different. Actually quite different because it's coated in this icing sugar. Let's start with the Lakamari though. Just gave us a little small one compared to the huge ones that they have in there. Let's try it. Very crunchy. It's quite sweet, but it's really dense and crunchy. It's like a cookie, very crunchy and just sweet, not a whole lot of flavor. So I have my plate of momos. These are buffalo momos, but like I told you, they're jol momos. So this is the jol right here. So there's some extra on the table. They already put it on your plate, but basically it is like a secret mixture at every restaurant. There's sometimes curd in it, sesame, all kinds of different spices, curry, and they already put a little bit on your plate. So you can add extra if you want, and these are the beautiful Nepali momos. Look at those. You can get chicken or buffalo. I went with buffalo. And let me just taste some of this jol. It translates to soup, but it's kind of more of a sauce in my opinion. Oh my god, that's so good. It's got a kick. It's quite spicy actually, and it tastes strong like curry. I think they put curd in this one because I can feel a little bit of the sourness. Okay, let's just go right in for one of these momos. Douse it with some of the jol. Probably add more later. I'm gonna go for a one bite. I hope it's not too hot. Wow. That is just beautiful. Explodes in your mouth with juice. The jol is full of flavor, and The dumpling wrapper is super thin and it's a nice lean meat on the inside, and you can see that this is the kind of Chinese influence. You know, one half of the borders here in Nepal is with China, the other is with India, so you get this really unique cuisine. Let's add some more jol. Let's go generously with that. Oh man, these are really, really good. I could live off of these. I could eat momos for the rest of my life. Oh, this one's running away from me. That is so damn good. Oh my god, I love it. This is a beautiful looking chili sauce on the table, so let's try some of this. Even though it's already got a kick to it, I think it could use a little bit more chili flavor. Oh, these are so, so good. I love momos. It's not super spicy, but it's got a beautiful flavor of chili, kind of smoky, and complements it really well. Oh man, jol momos, definitely my new favorite Nepali dish. That base of onions and spice blend just smells so good that it's changing my mind about the snails. I think they're actually going to be really good after smelling that spiciness. It's just flour and water?
Yes.
Okay. All right, we've got a tharu feast, and I'm going to learn the traditional way of eating it. You're going to show me how? Okay. Yeah.
You cannot eat with the spoon.
Not with the spoon, with your fingers only?
Yeah.
Okay. Other side. Oh, the other side. Okay. And then. I didn't get anything. Oh. Try the other side. Spicy. I can't get it. Okay. Hold on. Let me try another one. I can't get that one. It's stuck in there. Almost. There we go. There's just like a tiny little bite of snail meat in there, but it is full of flavor. Tastes like curry, with lots of spices going on in there. So halwa is this on top. It's like a sweet, and then malpua is fried dough that's been fried in ghee. It's like a little cookie with some almost like icing sugar on top. You just plopped it on top. Let's try it. Yeah. The halwa is still warm from being made fresh this morning. And the malpua has got a crunchy exterior, but then a really kind of gummy, bouncy inside. You can see the contrast in the crunchy layer there, and then kind of chewy on the inside and all that halwa on top. But the best part is how fresh and warm that halwa is. Just a quick little snack before we keep going. So I just took a seat in front of Nandini's food court. I've got 3 different dishes here, starting off with the savories. This one is Chatamari. It's like a Nepali pizza, they call it. It's filled with egg and keema, buffalo spice, buffalo meat, and then the batter is rice flour, and then it's served with a chutney. Take a piece of this off so I can go for a dip in the chutney. Let's try. Wow. It's really crunchy on the outside. That's really good. It's like a tomato chutney. It's not spicy. And then a really nice egg thickness on the inside with some buffalo keema. But I really love how crunchy it gets on the outside, and that chutney is delicious. A really light tomato, tangy flavor. This is a really interesting looking platter that we've ordered up here. There is some chickpeas that look like they've been stewed or curried, and then some potatoes, half a boiled egg, and then this is the Semolina Halwa, which should be sweet, I expect. So this is different than the halwa we tried this morning. This one's made with semolina. It's not as sweet as I was expecting, and there's a little bit of cinnamon in there. That halwa is really, really good, actually. I'm gonna chase that with another tea, the Chiya.
Oh, yum. I love that halwa.
Achar?
Achar.
Yeah, it's like vegetable salad.
Oh, okay.
So we had potatoes, cucumber, and then these greens. This is sesame powder.
So the achar has all kinds of different veggies in there, boiled potatoes, onions, green chilies, lemon juice, and then she just fried some fenugreek seeds in oil with turmeric and then just dumps that on top. Is that mustard oil?
Yeah.
It's mustard oil, okay. Oh, and now some chili powder. So green chilies and red chili powder. Oh yeah, it's gonna be spicy.
So normally we mix it with the hand. I'm trying to do with this.
Okay.
Can I mix it with the hand?
Go ahead, whatever you want.
Okay.
So this is the final product of the achar, and I'm gonna try a piece. I think this is radish here. Yeah. It's sour, spicy, nice crunch. There's a lot of flavor in there. I can taste the mustard oil. Something you'll see at a lot of these shops is this right here on the table. It's a breath freshener, so it's a little bit of sugar. Take a little bit of sugar like this, and then fennel seeds. I don't know if I did it too much, but is that too much? No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay? Whoa. It's super licoricey, crunchy, and it immediately wipes away all the oily curry flavor. And I just learned of a special menu item that they have. This is called Chang. It's a NEWARI rice beer. So it's gonna probably be similar to Taiwanese xiaomijiu, which is a rice wine, I'm guessing. Let's try it out. It smells like it. Yeah, it's fizzy, a little bit tangy. It doesn't taste like strong alcohol, but you gotta be careful with this stuff because it will put you on your ass if you drink too much of it. Oh, it's really good. So after the lungs are stuffed, they're boiled, and she just sliced it up and now she's frying it. Oh man, it's really soft actually. I thought it was gonna be crispy once she finished frying it. Don't judge a book by its cover, people. It's not that bad. It's got kind of like the texture of a fish cake, and it's got the flavor of pretty much all of the foods here in Nepal have a similar kind of blend of cumin and salt.
Lassi? Yeah. Alright. This is old shop. Old shop. How old is this shop? Do you know?
This is not 20 years old.
20-year-old shop. Okay. You're right in the temple.
Yeah.
I've come to this little shop here for Lassi, and look, it's right inside of a temple. So that's super cool. It's been around for 20 years, he was telling me, and this is the Lassi here. So it's a yogurt drink. There's some raisins on top, koya, which is the milk solids, and then some cashew nuts as well. I ordered up a small glass after a long day of eating, but let's try it. Yum. Oh, it's just really creamy, a little bit sweet, and then you get those chewy dried fruits on top, the raisins. But wow, it honestly tastes like vanilla. I don't know if they put some vanilla in there, but it tastes like vanilla yogurt, but a little bit thinner than yogurt I'm used to at least eating in Canada. So creamy. Oh, that's refreshing. Dhikri, right?
Yes.
And that's another tharu dish. So is it only water and rice flour, or you add anything else?
Only water and rice flour.
Oh, really? Okay. Simple.
Yes.
यहाँ तल चाहिँ घिउ लगाएर
तेल स्टिक हुँदैन त्यस्तै हुनुहुन्छ
So the dhikri is really simple. It's just the rice flour and the water, and now they're rolling it out into kind of like the shape of a sausage, a little bit thicker in the middle, and that's like a staple food of the Taru. Okay, the dhikri are finished. Dhikri. And it kind of looks like a noodle. Yeah, it's like halfway between noodle and bread. That was the top 21 street foods to try on your next trip to Nepal. If you think there's something I missed, leave a comment down below and let me know what country would you like to see me do next. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys on the next episode of Chopstick Travel.